It's easy to say that The Sopranos is my favorite TV show. On the other hand, it's never been quite as easy to determine which episodes are my favorites, because there are so many that I love. With that said, here's my best go at it. Let's get started.
Are you in the mafia?
Am I in the what?
Whatever you want to call it. Organized crime.
You probably know College as the episode that really sparked The Sopranos as we know it. It's the episode where Tony finds Febby Petrulio, a rat, and kills him with his bare hands on the side of the road. Some people were skeptical. They thought that that would be too much. Yeah, we have this guy who's a mob boss, but he's a family man too, but that would just be over the line, right?
It's just a coincidence. He's taking this little girl to college.
You know, one thing about us wise guys, the hustle never ends.
Wrong.
You took an oath, and you broke it. Jesus, right under my nose. Think you'd know.
No, Dad. You won't.
Boca.
I'm sorry, Mikey. You're a good boy.
Hey, Mom Olivia, how are you? Do you remember me, Larry Boy Barisi?
Well, I know who you are. Yeah, you lit an apartment house on fire and scared your mother half to death.
Boca is in season 1, so the atmosphere is still generally very light, both literally and symbolically. There's a lot of humor, comic relief. There's some really great on-screen chemistry. Junior and Mikey, Tony and Sil, Junior and Livia, even Larry Barisi and Livia. A lot of great Sopranos comedy for sure.
Yeah, Zebra, I'm talking to you. You blow that whistle one more time, I'm gonna stick it up your... Get off the field or your team is gonna forfeit the game. I'm going.
Brand new, surround sound, HD TV compatible.
If this is about Rhode Island, you can tell your friends it's a done deal. I already signed.
I don't know what it's about, but the TV stays here. Put it down.
Boca is a big Sopranos comfort episode for me.
Uncle June, how was Boca?
Wonderful. I don't go down enough.
That's not what I heard.
Oh, what did I say? This wife of yours, she's got the giggles.
Happy fucking wanderer. It's everything and everybody. I see some guy walking down the street, you know, with a clear head. You know the type.
It's a doc what his specialty is.
It's a certain kind of player. That's why we call it the executive game.
Pot's right. 6th Street, here we come. No help. Mysteries abound.
I'd say The Happy Wanderer is also another Sopranos comfort episode for me. I really love the executive game, all the players there. I think they all make the environment a really fun one.
Hey, Rich, that envelope's 2C shy. I'll catch up on it next week. It's no biggie.
No good, Davey.
It's just a stutter step.
But I don't want to see your face at any of my games until you're caught up. Kid, you think I started this life 10 minutes ago? Guy hands you a light envelope. It's just the beginning.
The Happy Wanderer is where the Davey Scatino storyline starts. Guy hands you a light envelope. It's just the beginning. I know. It's just a stutter step.
Forget it. Keep thinking you know everything. Some people are so far behind in a race that they actually believe they're leading.
Funhouse.
Where you going?
I don't know.
What are you looking for?
In Funhouse, Tony finally discovers with 100% certainty that Puss is a rat when he finds a wire in a false bottom of a cigar box in Puss's room.
Our true enemy has yet to reveal himself. You were like a brother to me. To all of us.
This is the famous boat ride, and I know I've mentioned this before, but when we see Puss get shot, it's one of the first moments that I remember thinking, wow, this show has really got me. Not to mention all of the incredible, trippy dream sequences that Tony has while digesting the fact that one of his best friends is, in fact, working with the FBI.
Somebody's looking for me.
Who?
I don't know.
This final scene at the end of the episode at Meadows' graduation party, where we have the Rolling Stones through and through playing in the background, and particularly in one of the final moments where Tony takes a puff of his cigar, and then we immediately transition into the ocean waves crashing into the shore as we hear the drum beat. If my explanation hardly does it justice. To save us all from Satan's power.
Rejected and abandoned. I don't know. I mean, do you think it's too down? I mean, with the chorus, his blood cleans every stain.
Oh, it's a great mother jumping lyric, Jan.
To Save Us All from Satan's Power is one of my favorite episodes because it has such a great blend of everything that makes The Sopranos so wonderful.
Well, that's the difference between Puss and the others. Him you loved.
The world don't run on love. One thing you gotta admit, he made a great Santa Claus.
He did.
The comedy, the sentimentality, the characters, the whole 9 yards. And it's also a pretty illuminating episode in terms of us getting a flashback of Puss Pompensero in his early days.
Staying home this year so Jackie can study for his SATs. You know, Ro found him a great tutor.
Pray he goes to state school.
Sal, you need money, you come to me. You hear what I'm saying?
Don't be moving that H no more, Puss. It's too risky.
I always wanted a house by the ocean. Maybe in another life.
So we learn more about that whole scenario, and we come to find out that he was actually wearing a wire while playing Santa Claus at the Christmas party.
It was you, Fredo.
Look at that. Don't even need a pillow.
Hey, what's the suit?
Wait,
I want you to sanction the hit on Ralph Cifaretto.
What?
He violated my wife's honor.
Ralph slept with Jenny?
The Wait has some really great moments and scenes between the DeMeo and Libertazzi families. Season 4 is when we really start to have these interfamily relations. Of course, in The Wait, Johnny Sack asks Carmine Libertazzi if he can take out Ralph for making the Ginny Sack joke. Carmine says, "I'll crack him good. I'll ask him for 200 grand, but clip him? Mm-mm." Johnny's not happy about that. He doesn't want to take no for an answer. So, behind the scenes, he sets it up himself. But then, he realizes he forgot his coat, so he has to turn around. He changes his mind. Ralph lives to see another day. And so does Johnny. Because when Carmine realized that Johnny wasn't backing down, Carmine was going to have Johnny Sack taken out.
Problem is, I don't know if John's hearing me.
So what are you gonna do about it?
Me? Nothing.
What does that mean?
I didn't say nothing. We share the Esplanade, Tony. I don't want that apple cart upset.
Yeah, then somebody should do something about it.
I appreciate your thoughts.
You saying what I think you're saying?
I didn't say nothing.
So, bloodshed was avoided for now, on both sides.
All right, then I'll talk to you.
Whoever did this. Joe Pantoliano, aka Joey Pants, won a very well-deserved Emmy for his performance in this episode. This is the episode where Tony kills Ralph, and when Tony says, "She was a beautiful, innocent creature, what'd she ever do to you?" I think he's referring to both Pio Mai and Tracy. And I think the fact that we see Tracy's picture on the wall in the dressing room at the Bing later on at the end of the episode further speaks to that.
Beautiful innocent creature. What did she ever do to you?
All Happy Families. All Happy Families was actually written by Tony Kalem, who plays Angie Bonpensero on The Sopranos. This episode opens with AJ driving the car up and down the driveway, and the episode ends with Carmela driving the car up the driveway. And this is when Carmela has the flashback of a young AJ driving his little toy car down the driveway.
What do you get when you're crossing the Cowden with a giant jet airplane? A boring 747.
You guys like your job? Famous Space 43.
The fleshy part of the thigh.
Think of the two boxers as ocean waves or currents of air, two tornadoes, say. They appear to be two things, right? Two separate things, but they're not.
Season 6, episode 4, really makes you think about the big picture. And John Schwinn talks about the boxers, you, me, we're all part of the same quantum field. Obviously, in terms of the quantum physics, quantum mechanics part of it, I wouldn't be able to explain that. You'd have to go to John Schwinn for that. But in terms of thinking about the overall big picture, not just on The Sopranos, but for our own lives, life itself, our planet, what this all is, it's really a meaningful and memorable moment on the show for me.
The tornadoes is just wind. The wind stirred up in different directions. The fact is, nothing is separate. Everything is connected.
Everything is everything. I'm down with that.
The universe is just a big soup of molecules bumping up against one another. The shapes we see exist only in our own consciousness.
Stage 5.
That's my point, though, what you just said. Johnny goes away, it's Phil's turn in the driver's seat, and his heart gives out.
Right.
His heart.
I know. What?
It's a metaphor. He lost his balls, is what I'm saying.
Let's say it then.
Think about Sangiovese. We had a Quattro Gatti. Tonight you... Phil was bad enough in the top spot, but him I could have lived with.
Here you go.
It wasn't about being boss. It was about being happy. While many people associate Little Carmine with malapropisms and kind of silly or foolish moves, for me, I think of this quote right here, most importantly and above all. And it's part of what makes this episode a very meaningful one for me too. It's a very intense episode. We see Jerry Torciano get taken out. We also see Johnny Sack pass away from cancer. And it kind of sets the tone really for the rest of the series in terms of violence or the threat of violence looming just around the corner. Oh, and I can't forget one of my other favorite parts of this episode.
No more Butchie. No more of this.
The end with evidently Chicken Town. And then he stares up and looks at the wall with all the prior bosses. And then we transition into Caitlin's christening. And then there's that solemn, long hug between Christopher and Tony, where I actually, and perhaps this is just me overanalyzing, shocker, when Tony and Christopher hug, it almost looks like Christopher's nose is squeezed in a little into Tony. It looks like his nose is almost squeezed a little. And, well, I can't help but think of a few episodes later.
I think it's time you took a rest. I say we're gonna take a vacation. She says that's not what I meant. I don't want to be the wealthiest widow on Long Island. I want you to quit. Now. I'm not ashamed to say that she made me cry. That wonderful, loving woman. It's about being boss. It's about being happy.
Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'd love to hear from you about some of your favorite Sopranos episodes.